Office expenditures have gone up 40 to 50% in the last 4 or 5 years.
Spending in the U.S. Senate from their office accounts has skyrocketed in the past few years by more than 40%.
That is a significant jump, significant increase in expenditures, and it seemingly goes unchecked.
The Center Square dug through Senate spending records and found private jet travel, poorly defined or questionable staff positions like a chaplain, framers, phone operators, and doorkeepers, and large reimbursements to themselves.
We're writing a story about Senate spending the last 4 or 5 years and how it's gone up 40 to 50%. I've noticed that you take a number of flights from D.C. to Eden Prairie, Minnesota, rather than direct.
If you can't get rid of frivolous spending like private jets, trips, you are not going to be able to address the big issues like entitlement spending. $1 million a year is really a lot of money to spend on private travel. And this is something that really resonates with people and taxpayers and citizens when they see this, and if they're able to see it.
South Dakota Republican Senator Mike Rounds topped the list of private jet flyers, followed closely by New York's 2 Democrats, Chuck Schumer and Kirsten Gillibrand.
And the Senate doesn't need to spend this money. They don't need to spend taxpayer money. If they want to take a private jet, they can pay for it themselves. And they should have to justify each and every trip.
On our side, we kind of look to see where we sit among all of them. We're normally giving back more money out of our budget than about 50% of all the members of the Senate.
There needs to be a total reevaluation of all expenses within the Senate, even the chaplain. Because we're talking about an office that has multiple people making 6-figure salaries, and there has to be some common sense here. And we're not saying get rid of the chaplain's office, but this has to be downsized. You don't need a PR person. You don't need a chief of staff.
And some senators reimburse themselves thousands of dollars, raising questions about whether that could allow them to get inappropriate expenses approved or keep credit card points and cash back.
This is very problematic, and it's not something that I knew about. And there is less of a paper trail, there's less transparency, and there's so much temptation to inflate the numbers and to give yourself a little extra more when you're writing that check. And this should be outlawed immediately. There is no reason that members should be writing themselves a check for expenses.
Most of the senators refused to discuss their spending, and Senate records were tougher to analyze because they were in PDFs instead of spreadsheets.
We sent our DC reporter up to the Capitol for a week to try to talk to them in person, and they either fled or brushed them off.
If you're a member of Congress and you are seeking the spotlight about a piece of legislation or going after your political enemy, guess what? You also have to answer the tough questions, and the questions of travel and spending thousands of dollars when you could have only spent hundreds of dollars.
Senator Mitch McConnell was the top Republican during the 43% increase in spending and chairs the committee that oversees Senate office accounts.
Any comment on that at all?